Welcome to this Untournament Series mainstream. Hopefully you're all doing well. I'm sorry to see you've come to the right place for some playoff qualifiers, some final bracket qualifier action here. We've got round 3 of our 135 Esports Phoenix Cup underway, and if you know what that means we are at the point where it is win and move on, lose and go home. The playoff bracket is getting set up as we speak. 5 teams have already made their spots known. We're still waiting on the results of 3 more matches, and this is one such match. Spartan Venom taking on Wyffgardium Leviosa of House Wyffendor here. So Spartan Esports and House Wyffendor battling in this matchup, and it's a big one too for both these teams. Again, reminder, because that final bracket, now you have to win to get there. If you lose, you're out. If you win, you're in the top 8. Pretty big importance here for those Wyffgardium Leviosa players specifically. Leopard and Zanestar, both teammates last season in the Advent Cup on a different team, not on House Wyffendor. They were on Team Skyline, team where they didn't make it through and didn't make it through in this part of the competition, the stage right before the final bracket. A little bit of something to prove this season that they can make it. Although again, now this position that they're in, they're going to need to do pretty well against the team that actually sent them to that lower bracket initially in this second stage. During the regular season, Spartan Venom went 4-1 in Group D. Wyffgardium Leviosa playing in Group A. We saw them a couple times. Now 3-2. Again, it'll be a huge match here. These teams to prove themselves. As time moves on, so it'll be of huge importance here. You're right, my overlay did not update correctly. My apologies, my overlay didn't update correctly. Yeah, you're right, the roster is wrong for Wyffgardium Leviosa. Yeah, you're right. That roster's completely different now. It's not. It's John, Nimble, Leopard, Zanestar, and Rush. Papers isn't on the roster. He moved. Yep, whoopsies. Overlay didn't correct itself there. I'll just manually do it. There we go. And again, you know, it's important about this final bracket qualifier. It's double elimination. 2 wins you move on, 2 losses you're out. These teams played each other in that first round. Again, where Spartan Venom was able to win in Game 7 against Wyffgardium Leviosa to move to the upper bracket, to stay in the upper bracket, only to lose to 909 in that next matchup. Of course, being sent then to lowers to take on Wyffgardium Leviosa again, who just beat Yukio Kaisen last week in a 4-1 series. So, Wyffgardium Leviosa, position they're in right now means they're in a good place to be successful. They're going to need to play well, and they're going to need to do an upset here. So, a team that has already beaten them once. But how close that last series was, not unlikely that they could win this match. And knowing how much Leopard and Zanestar want to be in that final bracket, how they missed out on that last season, I'm sure they'd like to be there this season as well. They don't want to miss out on the final bracket again. They did it again. They missed out on it last season in the wild card stage. Now here in stage 2 of 3, 1 match away from the final bracket. They want to win this so badly. They really do. Just against that final bracket, because again, the final bracket single elimination, it's all even, once again. That's the nice thing about every single stage of this competition. Everything evens out. There's not really favoritism in seeding, but that's about it. Everything else is even. It's all about how you play in these matchups. The winner of this match will play against Hunter's Elusives in the finals, so important to whoever can win this one. They'll play against the Elusives. X35 Esports Phoenix Cup Division as Leopard, John, KB, and Rush joining in. Wyffgardium Leviosa did compete last season, although not with Leopard or Zanestar. But John KB did lead this team last season, a team that didn't even get into the second stage wildcards. So we'll see how this team does. Hello, Armor J. We'll wait on these players to join on in, but again, Spartan Venom on the other side. mentioned initially that they are actually having some issues with the roster stuff, so their roster isn't fully available. They might be playing with subs today, just to give an even more of an advantage. To get an even bigger advantage for this Wyffgardium Leviosa roster. Again, they may have lost before. Generally speaking, in rematches, the same team usually wins both times. Spartan, not team that won the first time, will win again. See how things go, though, as again we are waiting on an interesting roster to watch here. I haven't actually gotten to see Spartan, but again, they're part of that Group D that has been very odd this season. The very strange Group D, a group with like Crazy Cats and Elusives and Evo Icon. Very interesting group, to say the very least here. But an interesting team. Can't deny that they're interesting to. It's an interesting group to watch. It's like the wildcard group, basically. Wildcard, I don't mean like wildcard as in teams that just barely gonna make it. No, I mean like wildcard as in I don't know these teams that well. That's kind of what it means here. But considering how well they've been playing, definitely a fun group to have seen the season because it's very competitive as well, which makes it all the more interesting to look into. I'm actually going to update one thing real quick. Here with Spartan Venom while we are going. Because I just noticed that Bubbles' name is not spelled correctly. Cheat. I think the same Bubbles who used to be on, I want to say he was on Legit Esports and Evolve Esports before that. So, I think he's actually been on the stream before. We'll see if he completes tonight. That is really up to who's available for the Spartan Venom roster. Again, reminder, at this point in your competition, you win and you go to the final bracket, you lose and you're out. It is that simple, it is that easy to follow. At this point, for both these teams, there is no extra lives, no second chances. This is your second chance. You lose, your season is over. Forget about any future. If you win, you're playing that little bracket, which, by the way, is this weekend. Sunday, April 13th, on this stream, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Daylight Time will be the start of our quarterfinals. So join this stream to watch the action unfold in the 135 Esports Phoenix Cup Grand Finals. Promise you, you won't want to miss any of it. It's going to be a fun time here. Probably our middle division this season, as it was last season. It's going to be a fun time to see our Phoenix Cup come to its close. Again, shout out to our sponsors in 135 Esports. Shout out to all of you who are making time today. Watch this stream as we are waiting on Spartan Venom. The forfeit timer has started. The way it works is after 10 minutes past the forfeit time, they will forfeit game 1. Although it does sound like they're just late. So we will not have to worry about starting late. Too late here to have a game issue, but sounds like they're just late. I got a message from actually BT Ghost that they are just running a little bit behind. So we'll wait on them, but they should be here. This best of 7, and considering that Wyffgardium and Leviosa are known to play really close, most of their matches this season have gone on the distance, again, of the 2 playoff matches they played so far. One of them went to Game 7, that was this match against Spartan Venom, and during the regular season as well, Wyffgardium and Leviosa went to Game 5 in 4 of their 5 matches. So this is a team that's known to go the distance. I would expect that to stay consistent here, as we are getting messages. Spartan Venom are here, so it is Bubbles. No, it's not. It's Ghost, Bubbles, and Teikozy taking on Wyffgardium Leviosa and John, KB, Leopard, and Rush. They also have Marchosius as well for Spartan Venom available today. So 4 of the 5 players on that roster are here. You're choosing to go with Teikozy, so here we go. It's again a best of 7. And this is it. You win, and you're in the top 8. You lose, and your season is over. Your run is done, and your time in the Ascent Tournament Series is done for. This is it. Spartan Venom on the blue, looking to win against Wyffgardium Leviosa like they did in round 1 of this second stage of the competition. As Wyffgardium Leviosa take to the orange, looking to make it to the final bracket, something that none of the players in this roster did last season. As an early start, BT Ghost with a huge save off the crossbar. In goes Rush. But it will be kept away by BT Ghost, and if this match means anything for Wyffgardium Leviosa, it will mean a lot to Leopard. He's been here for a couple seasons now. Has not been able to make it to the final bracket. For John KB, a horrible season last time around. Wyffgardium Leviosa were the weakest in their group last season. Didn't even get to this point in the competition. Now this season, look to turn things around. But a whiff off the back wall, and BT Ghost will get the first goal. As Teikozi slams this one, Leopard can't read it. BT Ghost waiting in front for that mistake. First goal, go to Spartan Venom. As mentioned already, again, Wyffgardium Leviosa, playoff hopes hang in the balance and getting an upset this match against a team that beat them here in this part of the competition. They're part of the incredibly difficult Group A, which has already seen Evolve Eclipse make it to the final bracket. Of course, the pressure's on to stay consistent here as John KB doesn't read this one correctly. Teikozi, Bubbles. Actually, it's a straight pass back here as Leopard's gonna go up behind head. Looking for the bump. Rush gets the stop by Ghost, and Bubbles will clear it away. Spartan Venom and Wyffgardium Leviosa both playing with quick pace, but so far not much being made here as neither team really finding that many open chances. To stay that way, both these teams, or at least I know for a fact, Wyffgardium Leviosa known to be relatively good in those rotations, keeping themselves quite defensive, although it's not a team that's going to stay back for long. As here goes Rush, was subbed in late in the season as a replacement for Hypers, who moved to the Riff-Offs in our Team Evo Apex Cup. Wyffgardium Leviosa going to move on without him, although they didn't actually get to play Hypers much, so part of this is also just trying to get used to not playing with Zanestar for a day, because last time we saw them, it was with Zanestar on his roster. And him and Leopard are interesting players, because I feel like, because of how similar the playstyles are, they both want to do the same thing. They both want to control the midfield, they both like to keep things really simple, keep themselves grounded. It was a playstyle that both had its benefits, because this team was so good at keeping things close. They also had a lot of playstyle clashes, because both players were oftentimes in the exact same spot. Helping in a player like Rush is going to bring in a little bit more added aggression to the Rush that desperately needs it. The Wyffgardium Leviosa teams really felt like it's gotten its wheels oiled by the end of the season, especially with that most recent win against Yukio Kaisen. Of course, they got to find that control, and they got to find that offense. Rush trying to lead this team as he'll pass out to Leopard. Space in front, will pass in front, but nobody there. And Spartan Venom will keep this one away. The only representative of Spartan Esports this season. Led by our good friend in Spartan Dragon, another ATS caster, as he will be happy to watch his team right now. 2 goals for Spartan Venom. As an awkward play there, Leopard, another awkward touch off the back wall that he doesn't really read correctly. And again, Spartan Venom waiting in front to capitalize. And that's beaten them before. That won the last time these two teams played against each other. They're gonna do it again, but Leopard! Oh yes, what a start! Oh, it's a huge double tap! And if Wyffgardium Leviosa felt like they were asleep, well, this ought to wake them up. Bang! 1 goal back, Wyffgardium Leviosa. A great way to get the goal started. But he's going to need to do more of that. Simply put it, again, it's felt like this team has been fast asleep so far this game. Can that be the goal to get them energized? Bubbles. Stay cozy. Spartan Venom looking for a third. Off the corner it goes, but it will be there. Has a full tanker boost to work with, and room as well. Nobody there in support. Will just have to take this himself. Forces out Ghost. Take Cozy already up. Rush going backwards, but Ghost will be there too. Flip reset. So the back wall. John KB is there. And Wyffgardium Leviosa slow this play down eventually as Rush. Gonna take a little bit more time to get an offense here, but ends up just launching to the back wall, where Spartan Venom are waiting. Another long touch. John KB Leopard doesn't read this. Bubbles, save, Taikozi, blocked by Rush. Leviosa escaping danger for now. They're running low on boost as Bubbles. Oh, it's awkward. 2 go. Bubbles again. Leaves this one out for Taikozi. Leopard. John KB with room, but unable to get that ball out of his own half. And Wyffgardium Leviosa desperately need a challenge to win. Rush can't get by BT Ghost. John KB off the sidewall. Ghost is up first to it. 10 seconds to go. Spartan Venom has done a great job at wasting out time. They need to take this one more chance. John KB off the back wall. Oh, it's a whiff for Rush. He'll keep this one alive as there's maybe one chance left in this game. Ghost keeps it away. Bubbles stopped by John KB. Nobody there to support. And that end game 1. Spartan Venom, a 1-goal difference. As I've said before, this series ought to be close. And it is definitely going to be that way. Spartan Venom off to a more positive start. But they're going to need to have 3 more of those to go to the final bracket. There's a reminder as well, tactical timeouts are in play this series. They're not just in play for the final bracket as they usually are. They are in play for all of these final bracket qualifier matches. Expect teams to utilize them when they get into a bit of a pickle. With Leviosa, if they lose this game, it might be a good opportunity to start to think about using one. So again, knowing how close this team likes to play to their opponents, they're gonna be expecting it to stay close as well. They had a tough time with this team in round 1, lost them in game 7. And expected to be any different here as game 2, early start for Spartan Venom, although they haven't scored just yet. They're closing in on that net as Ghost, he's whiffed on this one. Taikozi, oh, a whiff! It's gone across the field here as Ghost will take this one with room to work with. Up the ceiling, he doesn't get a great recovery to it. Up goes the offense as Spartan Venom will pinch it away. John KB. Taikozi. Stopped by John. Ghost. 15 with Leopard. Rush. Oh, it's gone in! How did that find the net? Rush is there! And with Wyffgardium Leviosa, their first lead of the night. And who else to do it but Rush? He's been their most aggressive player. He will be their most aggressive player by far. They need him to find ways to get goals on his own. Simply put, this team doesn't support him all that well. They're going to have to rely on individual impressive performances to really get the goals they need, as they're going to go back on defense! Bubbles with an open net to look at. Or a mostly open net, excuse me. And Venom will take it as a awkward first touch there from John KB, and as soon as he made that touch, he knew Spartan Venom were jumping at it. Offense continues with Wyffgardium Leviosa. Not done. And neither is Spartan Venom. For other side, and with Wyffgardium Leviosa, their first lead of the series, gone in an instant. Team that was behind for the entirety of game 1. They really don't want to have to afford to be down again in game 2, fighting from behind, because Spartan Venom has already proven this team is great at keeping ball possession. Don't clear the ball. Don't really do too much crazy stuff to, make things tough for each other. They just keep control. And it's very tough to dispossess them because they just don't clear the ball away. And you can tell when they go upfield with a purpose. As they take the lead in game 2. Goes with his second goal in a row. As I've said already, things are going to get very difficult here for Wyffgardium Leviosa. Things about these teams, again, that they've already played each other. Spartan Venom knows that they've beaten this team already, knows what this team wants to do. Have experience of already being the favorite just by record overall. Being a 4-1 record. against the Wyffgardium Leviosa team that's 3-2. John KB. One by Teikozi. Bubbles. Side wall. Can't get the second touch, but it's Ghost. Oh, he's missed it wide. Spartan Venom will keep this one, but I think Teikozi would have liked another look at that chance, because that net was asking to be scored on from that distance. Considering that these players are all preparing for this Sunday, for the final bracket. This Sunday, everybody knows that these matches will determine the future of your season. If it continues or if it ends, and if you'll get a chance in the final bracket. Once you get in that final bracket, all records reset once again. It's single elimination, meaning even if you have to take 3 rounds or 2 rounds to get there, it doesn't matter. All you need to do is win. That's the benefit of it. So the only bad part about it getting through in 3 rounds is that you do play against a team that went through in 2 rounds, so a better team by their performance. But obviously, at this point, it doesn't really matter. These teams know 100x Elusives are the opponent that's going to be playing against whoever wins this series. It's a very solid team, a team that was able to win out in Group D, a group that Spartan Venom played in. In fact, they were able to, I think, beat Spartan Venom. They're the only team that's done that so far this season, and Spartan Venom, well, other than 909. And Spartan Venom, I mean, they don't really care if they play against Elusives again. They just want to get to that final bracket. That's better than not getting there, that's for sure. John KB, Wyffgardium Leviosa doing well to keep a consistent rotation, but the problem is that time is going to be a huge issue for them. And as you can tell, minutes ago, and no goals have been scored. This game has been moving by quite quickly since Spartan Venom have taken the lead. They have almost 3 minutes to go in this game. Spartan Venom have already successfully taken 2 minutes off that clock. And, well, are very close to taking off a third. As Bubbles. John will get the block. From Leviosa, need a goal late, and for Spartan Venom, the big mistake they've made so far is that they haven't really been willing to take chances to take a third goal. Without that third goal, they really can't feel safe on defense, but every big clear helps them as Bubbles, let's take the third goal here. Teikozi will walk on in. Spartan Venom, insurance late in game 2. And with Wyffgardium Leviosa, just has not felt like they've woken up just yet. Their offense hasn't been strong enough at all this season. It hasn't been strong enough here. It's one of the biggest issues they've had this season, is that they just don't generate a lot of goals. So whenever they go down, if you're able to play a consistent rotation, you might be able to win just by 1 or 2 goals. And Spartan Venom proving that right now. A 3-1 lead will end game 2. Spartan Venom now 2-0 up in the series. As timeout already. As a tactical timeout called by Wyffgardium Leviosa. Not surprised they'd be calling it here. This has been 2 games where they just have not been able to get off to a good start. That means they're going to have an extra minute in between games to talk things out. They're going to need to make this minute count because, simply put, they went to Game 7 against Spartan Venom last time around. They may need to go to Game 7 against them again if they have any chance of making it to that final bracket. Again, so far, they're just being outplayed, and they just don't have the offense. Rush has not been good enough on offense, and simply put, he hasn't had enough support to help himself either. I really feel like Rush and Leopard could be a great offensive duo, and again, they just haven't been there to support each other. We've only really ever seen one player push up on their own. And Venom, when they go up to offense, it's a team effort. Everybody has a little bit of something that they want to do. Simply put, I need to see Wyffgardium Leviosa be more willing to play on the offense, be more willing to send 2 players up to offense instead of 1. Right now, I'm not seeing it from them. That is a huge concern. Here goes that extra minute of this tactical timeout, so time to talk things out. For Spartan Venom again, 2 wins away. 2 wins away from that final bracket. Again, part of that Group D that has already seen Elusives make the final bracket. A group where Crazy Cats, the third seed, playing against JJ Eclipse this week as well to see if they can get that final spot. Leviosa again, part of Group A, the very difficult Group A, that has already seen Eclipse make it in round 3. Mafia Vendetta playing against Ace of Hearts later this week to see if they can make it. And JT Sunrise, having proven that even though they're the third seed from that group, they also have already made it. So a good thing to see your fourth seed make that final bracket, because if your fourth seed can make it, then in theory anyone can make it. As here we go, we're moving into game 3. And that means that for Leviosa, their one and only use of that tactical timeout is now gone. They better hope it helped them out here. As a reminder, they only get one of these per series. They better hope it has been used wisely, because for Spartan Venom, again, 2 games immediately. With Leviosa, I do appreciate that they use the timeout earlier than most teams would. Most teams only use it when they're about to lose in a series. But when you're 3 games down in a series, both 3 down, you're not going to come back very easily, even with a tactical timeout. So using it early makes sense as an own goal from Ghost. Well, that's the start that they're looking for here. Rush with goal 1. As Leviosa, a little awkward there as I just threw it in front, but hey, sometimes throwing in front is the right thing to do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This time it does. And once again, they'll start actually a game with a lead. Again, the real question is going to be, how consistent is that offense going to be for them? I really think if they're going to win this series, the keys to success is to have a successful offense. An offense where they're willing to send multiple players upfield. Venom have proven they do not have an issue sending 3 players up to offense. Wyffgardium and Leviosa, they don't need to send 3 players, but at least 2. As they're going to make a mistake here! Ghost will score! He scored on his own net earlier in this game, but off another backwall miss from Lepid. And every time Lepid's gone to the backwall, he has not been able to make the touch. Somebody from Spartan Venom is waiting under him. Those mistakes are piling up here. Mechanical errors, and if I know anything about Lepid, he's known to be inconsistent at times. But this is not strong for a player who's usually known to make those plays. Might have something to do with the nerves of knowing that final bracket is so close. To be fair, Lepid is a player who's known to play well under pressure, was recently part of the Goofy Goobers Esports side, along with Ryan, Bingo Brian, and Cody, who used to be on Team Ignition, a team that made top 2 in the most recent Blackline Championship Series season. It's not that Lepid plays badly under pressure. Maybe the pressure has something to do with this matchup. He's definitely a player who does get nervous at times, especially when he's not playing well. Although this one, he wasn't even involved in the play. Ghost takes a second goal. And simply put, John and Rush just in each other's grills. Nobody in net. And it's the miscommunication on defense that's really costing Wyffgardium and Leviosa. Not only have they missed the ball off the back wall a couple of times too many, but every time they have missed it, it's often been a double commit as well. It can only make things worse if you double commit on the plays like those, ones where there's not even really a threat on your nets. From Leviosa, trying to fix their issues this series, and there's many of them. So far, they have not been able to answer the questions that Spartan Venom have had. Punk AV gets chipped on the behind, but still will get the clear, but it doesn't go it far. Bubbles off the back wall. Lepid will not be able to read this one here. Is off the corner from Teikozy, and it is Rush with clean control. Around 1. No, he got stopped by Ghost. And Spartan Venom playing the defensive as players in front. Leviosa immediately sent back to defense as Lepid off the ceiling. John KB will clear. Bubbles up in the air. Second touch. Teikozy. Still Teikozy. Going is Teikozy! Oh, he's got past the ball! I don't know what on earth that was from Teikozy, but it works, and I don't think he minds either way. Snapping axles, taking names, Spartan Venom up by 2 in game number 3. Wyffgardium Leviosa, their one and only chance to make the final bracket, and it may be slipping through their fingertips as we speak. Bubbles. Leopard keeps it away. They'll have to clear out, but it's going to be BT Ghost who jumps into this one. Not able to get the touch, but does force the play out. Nonetheless, from Wyffgardium Leviosa. And Spartan Venom will see this one gone. Demo by Rush. The only player that's really been able to score consistently for Wyffgardium Leviosa this series. Like the only semblance of offense they've had so far. He's brought on this team for offense, but he has not done enough to help in offense. And again, there's just not been enough support from Wyffgardium Leviosa to really make that offense one that should be formidable. Often we're seeing only one player upfield really threatening the play. Need to see more than that if they're going to have any success. Because right now, Spartan Venom riding off the backs of BT Ghost. Yeah, another play where he's just been given too much space to attack. Too many times we've seen Wyffgardium Leviosa challenge, miss the ball, and then leave that last defender all alone. It has not been successful this game. Spartan Venom really making that tactical timeout feel so very obsolete here from Wyffgardium Leviosa. As a minute to go. Rush. Ghost in the midfield. Leopard will take this one away, looking for any sort of positives in this game. Hasn't been many at all. Another infield play, and Spartan Venom just continuing to create some chaos. The back pass from Taikozi. Bubbles will collect, but able to get one touch. Leviosa will take themselves to offense, but again, just can't get anything going. Every time they go upfield, Spartan Venom are waiting for them. Ghost. Don KB into the offense as Rush jumps in. Taikozi. Ghost trying to get a piece of Rush on the play. Leopard. Taikozi jumping in. Spartan Venom will clear this ball away. It's now a 3-0 series lead. One game, one win away from being in the final bracket. From sending Wyffgardium Leviosa out of the tournament. Can the sole representative of Spartan Esports send themselves to top 8? Pressure is on. Really gotta think that they have every reason to go to that final bracket right now. Spartan Venom have looked so much better this series than Wyffgardium Leviosa. Their offense has just been so much more effective. It feels like they have the energy and the want to do it. It feels like they want it more. I don't know what other way to say it. Spartan Venom. They're a much more deserving team of going to that final bracket with the way that they're looking. Wyffgardium Leviosa, there's far too many issues in that rotation. Far too many issues with not sending enough players on offense. Far too many issues with leaving their last player back all alone with nobody else to support them. It was like a team of 3 players and not a team of 3. Wyffgardium Leviosa aren't really being that cohesive. Yeah, this is a tournament where you want to find the best team. And well, the Wyffgardium Leviosa players are all great. They just aren't meshing so well. Now they're under threat of being eliminated. Sovereign Heights, Game 4, and Spartan Venom could win the series and book a ticket to Sunday night. Right here, right now. Bubbles. Cozy. One kept to the back wall as BT Ghost will wait under it. Rush. Long clear, still going. Running out of boost, however, and Venom will this one away as Stay Cozy. Get it high. Bubbles doesn't read this one, and well, nobody from Spartan Venom really up there to help him out. As Ghost using all his boost just to get back to defense. Now Stay Cozy Off the sidewall. Second touch off the corner as well. Bubbles unable to get the jump on it. As John KB will clear. Rush, he's gotta be careful! It's in front! Everybody jumped for Spartan Venom, but the ball was blocked. Bubbles can't get there. Leopard unable to score, though, and everybody back here for Spartan Venom, although they're not in the right position. The rotation has fallen apart for Spartan Venom. Somehow they've held on. Starting to see a lot more heavy clears from Spartan Venom. You can tell this team feeling that pressure right now, and they're feeling it! John KB will be on the end of this one. And you knew Spartan Venom eventually with just how much they were feeling, how impossible it felt like they were going to get out of defense. But it felt like at some point Wyffgardium Leviosa was going to put one in. After about a minute and 15 seconds, they've done just that. And now Spartan Venom will have to battle from behind, although ironically, that's what they've done the last two games, so it's something that they're both, they are very much comfortable with doing, although they'll have to do it again against the Wyffgardium Leviosa team that knows what's at stake. Infield pass, rush, unable to put one under the bar as Cozy will jump to this one. Is open room, and everybody from Spartan Venom pushing up very high for that challenge. Once again, that rotation, the communication, not really there for Spartan Venom. The first time tonight, they really don't look like they're all on the same page. They're going to need to play exceptionally carefully that any of those weird rotations doesn't come back to hurt them. As Leopard with open room, BT Ghost will have to sort it off, but now he'll go. With room to take, Leopard. Well, it's not a great touch from John KB. Leopard does have boost to make this work, but from Leviosa, that back wall has been a menace tonight for them. They have not been able to read it. Spartan Venom to continue to find those openings, and this might be one. They've overcommit here for Wyffgardium Leviosa. A shot never came. They're already being sent back as Bubbles. Light touch, Ghost can't go. Leopard to net. Great job from Takoza to use that speed of the shot to his advantage. Powerful touch like that will force Wyffgardium Leviosa to have to play back a little bit more. Although again, another high clear here from Spartan Venom, and they're not really keeping ball possession. Wyffgardium Leviosa could realistically win by one goal. But you know this team is looking for more. Takozy, stopped by Leopard. 2 go for Spartan here as Takozy clears it away. On KB will hold on to this one, but challenged by Bubbles. It is a room that Spartan Venom can work with. Bubbles nearly got bumped. We'll look in the midfield, but nobody there to challenge. Takozy rushing in, but again, nothing being made right now. Spartan Venom just don't have ball possession. Takozy off his own back wall. Ghost will launch this one to the orange side of the field. Again, clearing it rather than trying to keep control, and you can tell Spartan Venom feeling that pressure right now as Bubbles, Ghost in the midfield. John KB will have an easy clear, but it is open room for Takozy. Up is Bubbles. Takozy gets the bump. Oh, it's off the post. Ghost! He's tied it at 1. The bump paves the way, and Spartan Venom take the goal. A whole game's worth of defense. Spartan Venom found the opening they needed. And now, 1 goal away from being in the top 8. As clear to Klaus. Takozy. Rush doesn't have this one. He won't have that touch either. It's in front of the net. Rush forced to clear as Spartan Venom will simply put Waits back. That shot from Bubbles could have been on target. Now goes Takozy. Never commit from Spartan Venom, though. It's a favor one the other way. Flick for Leopard. Ghost, though. Waits. Now he keeps it out. And here goes Takozy. 1-on-1. John KB to Waits. John KB to Waits. Takozy. Back wall. Up goes Bubbles. He can't shoot. But here goes Ghost. Ceiling to net. In front. The shot not there. Bubbles races back. Leopard to score, but it is kept out. Chaos in the final seconds here. Spartan Venom kept this ball alive. Bubbles will want to see it grounded. John KB looking for one last chance. Stay cozy. Will not give him the chance. And Game 4 heads to golden goal. Spartan Venom clawing back from the clutches of defeat in Game 4. 1 goal away from guaranteeing a spot in the top 8. From Leviosa, a whole season's worth of action. Feels like a whole 2 seasons worth of action for players like Leopard, and they may not see any more of action as John's gonna get the block. Had no boost to work with. Committed early to that in-out block. Nearly proved to be costly too. But Venom have already come back from 1 goal deficits in the last 2 games. This could be their 3rd straight. At overtime proves that anything can happen in this interesting esport. We'll just have to wait and see who finds the opportunity and who takes it too. Bubbles. Cozy will take out the challenge. Now, off the corner, it's a very easy clear though, as Spartan Venom do not want to give up that play in the offense, but they're going to have to soon. As they cozy. Oh, it's not a great touch. Bubbles is going to be beat. John, it's open! An error off the back wall. Wyffgardium Leviosa stay alive. It's been the errors that's been plaguing Wyffgardium Leviosa that now plague Spartan Venom. That back wall proved to be deadly. And Leviosa, their first win of the night. Can it be their first of a reverse sweep? Reminder, Spartan Venom do have a tactical timeout as well. They have not used it yet. I feel like they'd be likely to use it if they were to somehow lose a 2nd game in a row. Oh, and they've already gotten off to a good start. Leopard with goal 1. From Leviosa. Not leaving anything up to chance. All of that touch went right off to Cozy. Spartan Venom looking to once again have to battle from behind. That's a good chance on net, but Leopard is there to block it as Bubbles will jump in with no boost. John KB running low on resources. Will get the clear. Ghost has got to be there. Will sacrifice his life just to keep it away. As Leopard, Bubbles, Ghost, Cozy, Leopard. We've gone Leviosa for all that they've done. It has been very tough for them to get a 2nd goal in a lot of these games. That's really where the true challenge seems to come in here, as I'll say Cozy, he'll be very happy nobody from Wyffgardium Leviosa was there to attack that one, because that would have been a goal had they jumped on it. That now they go the other way, as off the back wall. John KB will not make a mistake on this one. Long touch. But it is Tekozy. Leopard. Sidewall. Leopard again. Ghost. Oh, what a dunk! Oh, there's no way Leopard just did that! There is no way Leopard has done that to him. Oh, what a dunk! Had no business going for it, and yet it still does. What a huge effort! He never gave up on the opportunity, and it paid off. Spartan Venom. A chance to win this series in a sweep. Go to overtime. They had a huge opportunity early in that overtime too, where John KB had no boost on defense. You feel like maybe they're thinking back to that chance, to that missed opportunity. When had they been able just to recognize that he didn't have the boost, that they could have and would have avoided this game. Still, they gotta score, and they'll do just that right now. Ghost will get them started. As an awkward bounce on the back wall. This is so tough to read. It's a defender's worst nightmare when the ball rolls off the back wall like that. Because it's right in front of your nets, and it's so fast and so difficult to understand. So often that ball will want to bounce straight out away from your back wall, and you'll want to push up to challenge that. And that position is right on your goal line. You cannot push up, and sometimes you just have to wait. Right now, a lot more waiting here for Spartan Venom as they gotta get this challenge. Double whiff, Cozy will just keep that one out as Spartan Venom on almost no boost at this point. Somebody's gotta go. Rush. Can't find the play near the nets, and Spartan Venom will go for the challenge as Ghost off the ceiling to on KB from having any ideas. Here goes Ghost again. Rushed. Doesn't have this. Cozy challenged by John. Off the sidewall. Bubbles will win this one. And they've missed it off the back wall too. That is a second goal for Spartan Venom. The back wall whiff starting to play Wyffgardium Leviosa again. And you gotta feel bad for Lepid because that's another chance where it's just off the back wall, and if he clears it, his team's in a completely fine position. Up in the first time he's had issues off the back walls tonight. And his team has really been hurt by those mistakes. Ghost. Lepid will clear this one away. Bubbles. Hit straight on targets. As he'll go again. Off the corner. Too light of a touch here. Spartan Venom will have to play some defense as infield. As a backwards touch here. That's nearly gone in. Off of Lepid mode. Cozy. The boost away here. Spartan Venom unable to make much happen on offense as Rush nearly looked for the doink in front. Now goes Bubbles. Can't get the touch. Oh, and Cozy not moving, and that means Ghost will have to go. Gets that bump. Rush. Heavy touch. We'll wait on this one. A minute to go. Rush forces one player out, but with two more behind them. And offense just needed to move a little bit faster. Bubbles. Rush. Off the sidewall. Lepid. Back, and it'll be sent away by Cozy. John. Not able to get this one, and it's going to be a light touch there, trying to see if they can catch Rush off guard, but Rush wasn't buying into it. As Cozy, midfield, 2 go for Spartan Venom, and that means they gotta play a little bit more defensive. At least I would expect them to. But Ghost doesn't want to. Now goes Cozy. Lepid will clear, but it's straight to Bubbles. John will win the challenge, but Ghost goes once more. Rush won't need the boost. Cozy across the field. Ghost will jump in on this one. Low boost to work with, won't be able to challenge. Bubbles trying to lay this one in front, but it may be with Wyffgardium Leviosa. That shot was on target, but it wasn't strong enough. And Spartan Venom and Wyffgardium Leviosa will go to a second straight overtime. Again, Spartan Venom, 1 goal away from being in the top 8. Wyffgardium Leviosa need to score to keep their season alive. As Cozy find that back pass to Bubbles. Wyffgardium Leviosa been loving this sort of positional-based approach. Everybody's kind of got their own little side of the field that they're focusing on. Both sides of the field here. Rush likes to push up really high. John KB sits in the back, and Lepid kind of floats around in the midfield, helping out wherever this team needs it. And there's been more support because of this, ironically, being a playstyle that oftentimes actually relies on players being able to be good on their own. I think another thing that's really been helpful for Wyffgardium Leviosa, they have scored first in the last 4 games, including this one. And they're going to score last here! What happened? It's an overcommit from Spartan Venom! And Ghost, oh, he just needs to do more on that one. In front of your own net like that, you can't afford to lose a challenge. In this series, going to Game 6, now the question is, does Spartan Venom choose to use that timeout? They have one, they can use it. They may choose not to, however. And Wyffgardium and Leviosa have already used theirs, so they can't use it again. Spartan Venom if they make that choice. Of which they are not choosing to use it, so we're going straight into Game 6 here. Venom still have that tactical timeout. Again, opting not to use it. See if this comes back to bite them. I would have used it personally. Last two games have been so close, and yet they've just not been good enough. They have not been their usual rotationally sound selves. Leviosa are known to play close to teams. That's not any... There's no... That's not surprising to me. You need to play goals, you need to play offense! And look at this, Spartan Venom! For only the second time this series, they have scored first in the game. And it comes off an incredible 50-50 from Teikozy. And Ghost, he's just in the right spot there. Will turn right into it. And Spartan Venom, it's when one thing they've struggled this series, they've not been able to score first very often. Now they have, and look at this. They're marching upfield. They're taking what they want. 2 goals in the span of 16 seconds. There is some real pent-up emotion right now. Spartan Venom do not like what's happening. Long pinch, Bubbles. Not a great touch here. Teikozy. He'll help him out as Bubbles off the back wall. Cozy. Let's get one by. Bubbles. Rush has to read this, and he'll do just that. Leviosa really can make no more mistakes. Again, the most goals they've scored in any game, I think, has been 2, and not a lot of goals to begin with. At this point, they have to score on the chances that they get. Not going to get many of them. They're not going to see many of them. And their defense is definitely going to have to play extremely tidy. And Spartan Venom are looking to exploit. Okay, B. Teikozy for 3. It's off the cusp bar. He'll go up again. Ghost was jumping in for this. Teikozy still wants it. And Teikozy will get it. Spartan Venom are not done and have not lost their offensive stride. We just took a hiatus. Three goals unanswered now in Game 6. We've got Leviosa. They don't start a comeback soon. They will be history. Leopard. High point touch. It's right in front. Chance wasn't really there for them. Bubbles. Ghost. To the sidewall. Teikozy won't read this. Here goes Leopard. He's been their offensive solo power player. Now goes Rosh. And they will support each other. And Leviosa starting to come back soon. Gonna need more of that to keep themselves in this game and the series with it. As Bubbles. Ghost. Teikozy. And we'll send this one away as here goes Rush. Leopard off the corner. Bubbles. Long, booming clear. If there's one thing Spartan Venom has been good at so far this series, it has been wasting time. How well do they do it here? Now they're not having to chase after Wyffgardium Leviosa. Rush gets pumped out of the way. Bubbles. Creating havoc as that backfield is open. Leopard won't read this. Teikozy has to put in a good touch to Ghost to the net. Spartan Venom take another one. Reestablishing that 3-goal lead. Ghost. A creative place on offense to be. And he makes his strange positioning really work. As they cozy, can't challenge. Oh, but John KB was going in for the shot, got removed out of the field. Spartan Venom will once again clear this. They awkwardly played as Taikozi. Ghost. Bubbles. Surely another. And it will be. Spartan Venom. Feels like at this point they're starting to take their victory lap. 2 minutes to go here, and with Wyffgardium Leviosa, do they have any energy left in the tank? It really doesn't feel like they have any. Bubbles. Ghost gets by a Leopard. Taikozi. Oh, he's hit the post there. Couldn't put it in the back of the net. And Venom will keep the ball as Ghost goes once more. John will clear it away. Leopard. Rush. Can't find anything upfield as that's not going to work for him. John KB. Venom Leviosa running out of time. They need chances and they need them to go in. As I'll go in front again. Spartan Venom just not giving them the time to work with. As Leopard. Ghost will stay on this. John. Flip reset. Still John. Rush tried to jump into this one as Spartan Venom will continue on the challenges as Taikozi. Spartan Venom only moments away now from securing a spot in the final bracket. They're taking on Onyx Elusives, the team that beat them in the first stage of the competition. A team that has led their group. They continue to score. They continue to take numbers. And at this point for Wyffgardium Leviosa, they just don't have enough time left. 2 straight overtime wins just wasn't going to be enough to carry Wyffgardium Leviosa late in the series. Spartan Venom. Once they got their bearings straight, they have just not stopped. 30 seconds to go, but at this point, a victory lap for Spartan Venom. There are no questions anymore about who's winning this match and the series. Onyx Elusives. I don't know if they're watching this match. I mean, in many ways, I hope that they will. Because they're going to have a match with Spartan Venom. A rematch in the quarterfinals. As they'll take one more goal. Spartan Venom are going to end this series in style. Wyffgardium Leviosa were 1 round away, but they just couldn't do it. Their season's over, and Spartan Venom will be moving on to the quarterfinals. Spartan Venom. Well, I don't think there's any more questions on this team's performance tonight. Seven to 1 in that final game. They did what they needed to do. They got the win when they needed it. And, well, put in the work, they put in the effort, they got their win. And, again, in 6 games this time, it was kept close. That's the thing about Wyffgardium Leviosa. They played competitive to everybody. But simply put, their offense just, it wasn't there tonight. Again, we don't need to ask any more questions about who's winning, who's moving on. It's confirmed at this point. Our next losers will be taking on Wyffgardium Leviosa, the quarterfinals. And again, they did the work that they needed. They got the wins. It's not been an easy part of their season, but hey, they put their heads down, got the job done. Again, I am immensely impressed with how they've been playing. So we're gonna get a little interview here at Spartan Venom while we get things sorted out here. Welcome in, welcome in. It is BT Ghost joining me. Congratulations on your win, a 4-2 victory over Wyffgardium Leviosa. You've made it to the top 8. How are you feeling?
Man, honestly, going into that game, playing with subs, I wasn't expecting for the best outcome, but we came out strong, ended up coming out on top. So hopefully we can keep that energy going into the next few games.
Yeah, and you guys beat them only 2 weeks earlier, so you've already had some experience with this team. What is it like to play against them a second time in a row?
I mean, they had a different lineup, so it's definitely a little bit different for them too. But they definitely had our weaknesses a little bit. They started trying to play a little bit more physical, and that definitely started making us play a little bit weird. But yeah, no, they were great games. They were great games.
And you got your win. Being the only representative of Spartan Esports here, you guys have the whole org kind of resting on your shoulders. Is there any extra added on pressure having to play for an entire organization's worth of teams, rather than just also playing for yourselves?
Honestly, not really. Everyone on our roster is pretty chill. We were just playing to have some fun here, so we're just having a good time.
Definitely looks like you're having it too. Top 8, your match will be against 100x Elusives, a team that beat you guys in the first stage of the competition. What's it like getting to play against the Elusives again? Because, again, this team has been solid at the start of the season. I don't know if you guys beat them or not. I want to check.
I don't think we did.
think you did. I think you guys lost to them.
Yeah,
I want to say.
I think we lost 4-1 last week,
No, you
or
did beat
whatever.
them. You did beat
Oh, we
them.
did beat them. When did
You
we beat
did. It's
them?
a team that you beat in the regular season in the first stage of the
Oh,
competition.
okay.
But as a team that's gone 2-0 out of their group, what's kind of your thoughts going into playing against them again? It's a rematch from stage 1. Now in the quarterfinals with single elimination, everything resting on winning or going home.
Hey, I mean, may the best team win, but I mean, hopefully we can come out on top. Come out again. Uh, but hey, either team can win. Rematch, it can go either way.
Guys have looked good. A 4-2 victory here over Wyffgardium Leviosa. I'm not going to keep you for too long because you deserve to go and prepare for this Sunday evening, when you get to play your match starting at 8 Eastern. But of course, before you go and before you plan for that Sunday quarterfinals matchup, do you have any shoutouts, any last things you want to say?
Uh, Shout out Zag, our missing man today. He's always been a great teammate. Sad he couldn't be here today.
I appreciate you joining, and congratulations on your win as well. You're into the top 8. You're here you're joining us for the quarterfinals. So congratulations on your win here, BT Ghost and Sylvester Spartan Venom. Congratulations. Have a great night, and we'll see you Sunday evening.
Thank you. You too, man.
BT Ghost there and Spartan Venom. Congratulations to them. They're now quarterfinals, top 8 bound. Reminder, that is this Sunday evening. So pressure is on for them to perform. And now, we're going to get a little bit out here. So thank you all so much. Have an amazing rest of your night. It mean a lot for me that, again, you guys have been so exceptionally supported. Again, thank you all so much. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your evening. We'll see you again on Sunday for the 135 Esports Phoenix Cup final bracket. For now, take care. Have an amazing rest of your evening.